So I've had one of those days today where I had a phone call this morning with the ex that just it really shook me, threw me off. Just threw me off for the rest of the day. And I realised this isn't just my reality, is it? I think this is the day to day for a lot of us who've got sort of exes hanging around. So, I mean, the bottom line is, my youngest, he's out of school a bit earlier tomorrow, and I'd asked my oldest to see if he could be around mine for when he gets back, so I can just carry on working, because the nature of my work is, I drive a taxi basically, and it's Friday before Christmas. It's going to be busy. I need to work. So my oldest, asked his mum to phone me because he doesn't want to be there for him, and so she's phoned me and started basically picking it apart, saying, my oldest, he's not the youngest's carer, and blah blah blah, and basically just said that you need to decide on your priorities. And I was like, having the kids on the Friday, my rota is that I'll have them on. So this weekend I'll have them Friday after school, Saturday, Sunday, and they go back to hers, or go after school Monday, whichever. Then they'll be with me again next Wednesday, and then the following Monday, and we rotate that round. So our argument is, well, if you can't have them on that Friday, we need to discuss that, blah 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 blah. And I was like, well, you need to get your priorities right. And I was like, I've got to work. I don't think she just doesn't. I haven't got a concept of what it's like right now to work in this real world. She's living in the house that she got through the divorce. Her mum and dad subsidise it. She gets all the benefits she needs. She's going to college, retraining, all of this and that. And then when I don't have the kids, I work 60 to 70 hours a week just to try and make sure that I can pay my bills and keep a roof over my head. And now I'm getting, you need to choose your priorities. Well, what does that even mean? That I don't want my kids, or that I need to earn money so I've got a roof over my head so I can have my kids? It's that lack of, lack of acknowledgement of what somebody else's position is like. She has no concept of what my position's like. So I feel like I'm being judged because I'm having to work. And she's made comments like this before about, making sure that I went to a support group when I'd had the kids. Oh, well, if you can't have quality time with the kids, well, of course I want quality time with the kids, but I need to make sure that I'm okay, so I'm in a good position to be able to have the kids. And it just, I don't know, it's just, I feel like I'm getting this guilt trip from all sides, and the reality is, if I don't work, I'll have nowhere to live. And look, we're all in this current economy, in the world economy, where if we haven't got £1 billion sat in the bank account, we're scrabbling around like freaking chicken in a fucking farmyard trying to scrape a living. When it's just, I don't think there's no concept that when I don't have the kids, I'd have my kids every day of the week, but I can't, because I have to earn money. I have to work. My rent and my rent, council tax and electric bill is over £1,000 a month on its own. That's before I take into account expenses for the car, buying food, child maintenance, anything, and I don't know, there's just no understanding of somebody else's position. It feels like I'm not choosing to work instead of having my kids. I'm choosing to survive so I can keep being their dad. You know, that's what I'm doing. I'm not one of those dads that I talk to people who like have got kids and the dad's just non-existent. He's not even there. You'd be lucky if he'll have him for tea for once a week, and he's off living his best living his best life or whatever. I'd have my kids every day of the week. I miss them. It hurts when they're not with me. When I hear their voice, if they phone me or send me a message, it just lifts me. You know, I miss the noise of them being with me, the mess, the smells that they generate. You know, and I'm living on like this. I'm living on, like a lot of us are, living on a knife edge. You know, like I'm trying to get myself a plan together. You know, a 3-year plan. I've just got my license again. Redone my license for 3 years. I'm trying to set out a plan for my debt, to have that gone in 3 years. Trying to get my finances straight so I can start putting money away every month and maybe get myself ahead a month ahead. You know, get money put away for holidays, things like that. And then I get a comment like this, you know, choose your priorities. You need to get your priorities right. Well, you know, I don't know. It hurts so much when they're not with me. And it hurt that my oldest felt that he couldn't talk to me about it and he had to go to her. And I don't know where that has come from him, you know. I wish I could just, I don't know. You see these guys that just don't see their kids and they just switch it off, don't they? They just don't see them. And I just think, I just wish I could do that. It'd just be so easy, wouldn't it? You just switch it off or whatever. I love them so much. It just hurts, you know, when they're not with me, and I'm trying to do everything I can to provide for when they are with me, and I just get slammed down, you know. This is where I think we find it as men, it's hard because we carry this stuff with us. Just quietly, we just carry on, but we get judged all the time. And there's no context to it. You know, there's no understanding of where we're at. Because we don't, you know, a lot of us just don't have the space to say this is really hard. I'm struggling with this. I'm lucky I've got, you know, I've got a group that I go to, and I've reached out to some of them today, and it's helped massively. But we're just told to get on with it, aren't we? Oh, you're a bloke, just fucking suck it up, just get on with it. What's the matter with you? When we're just doing the work quietly in the background, but we get judged for it. And I sometimes, I mean, I made a comment to her today. I was trying to explain why, you know, and you know, I was doing what I was doing, and I'd asked Elliot, you know, because, you know, it's Christmas, it's busy, blah, 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 I need to earn the money. And she just turned around, well, I don't care. I don't care what you're doing. I'm not interested. You just need to think about your priorities. And it's that just absolute lack of empathy. And I'm sure most of us have gone through divorce, have experienced that, and we look back and we question and say, were you always like this? Was there always part of you that was like this? Probably was. I don't have the answer. I just don't know what I'm going to do yet. I think I'm going to have to talk to the kids at the weekend about maybe knocking off Friday nights, because of the reality of the finances right now. I'm just trying to figure it out as I go, you know. And I know pretending this isn't real doesn't help anyone. It's a real, it's happening, and I've got to deal with it. I'm going to have to ask the question, you know, realistically probably say to the kids that, you know, we're going to have to lose a night. Yeah, I don't know if this is what it's like for you, and you know, your reality, as it were. You're not weak, mate, you know, and you're not alone. There's a ton of us going through this. I've just had a van pull up in front of me with these lights on. Yay, so now you've got my big moon head staring at you. Look, if this resonates with you, just feel free to comment. Even if you just say, yeah, me too, you know, just give us a shout out. See you in the next one.